What is up, guys? Welcome back to chapter 8 of Hebrews. This is the Bible Vlog. Alright, so chapter 8 is actually a shorter chapter in Hebrews, but what it covers is a very important topic to understand, and that is a new and a better covenant. Now, when you start to throw around some of these words like covenant, it can kind of start to sound a little churchy. But to be clear, all that a covenant is a binding agreement or like a promise that you're going to do something. But the amazing thing about chapter 8 is that this covenant that is being referred to is actually by God himself towards us. So listen to verse 6. But now he, talking about Jesus, has obtained a more excellent ministry, inasmuch as he is also a mediator of a better covenant, which was also established on better promises. So listen, in order to understand what is better, we first have to understand what the old covenant was so that we know what it was replacing. The old covenant was basically a physical earth-based agreement that was initially made with the children of Israel. Now, it required obedience to the letter of God's law. Now, this old covenant promised that a person or a nation could be blessed with such things as health or wealth, but it also talked about that they could be cursed with poverty or captivity depending on whether or not they obeyed all of God's written commandments. Now, under the old covenant, if the letter of the law was obeyed, a person could have access to God, but it was only through an earth-based tabernacle. There was no direct access to God that was offered or available. Now, in the Old Covenant, a human high priest served in the tabernacle, and they were kind of like an intercessor between God and man. This was the high priest like Aaron. Under the New Covenant with Jesus, it's spiritually based. It's founded on obedience from the heart, and out of that flows a desire to obey the laws of God that are written in the Bible. It promises spiritual blessings such as eternal life full of love and glory for those who obey God. Now, the covenant offered by Jesus Christ gives us who obey one-on-one access to the Father through Jesus. In this new covenant, Jesus continually serves as a spiritual high priest and intercessor between us and God. So why is all of this better? Because of the grace that Christ provides. We're no longer trying to live up to an unattainable mark. You don't have to go kill a goat and sacrifice it every single time that you need forgiveness. You can talk to God at this moment and have him lead you and guide you in every aspect of your life. All of this is in the new covenant, and it's something that you and I have been blessed with that we get to enjoy. Guys, I've mentioned this before, but so many people just gloss over this without even thinking about it. It's like you've won the lottery with what you've been given, but many people don't even care. Take advantage of what you've been given. Spend time with God. Learn to enjoy and love his presence. All right, one last verse. Look at verse 13. In that he says, a new covenant, he has made the first obsolete. Now what is becoming obsolete and growing old is ready to vanish away. Just like we talked about before, Christ fulfilled the law. His sacrifice was more than enough to get us into right standing with God, and now he acts as our high priest, our intercessor, and our advocate before God. Listen, what Jesus did cannot be understated. It's only through him that we have been given so much. It's a better covenant with better promises for you and for me. Yes. Guys, as always, thank you for joining us today. We are flying through this book fast, and I don't want you to miss a minute of it. Make sure and come back tomorrow. We're going to be picking up right where we left off with Hebrews chapter 9. We will see you all back here then. Have a very, very beautiful day.